Well, you know, we mentioned Eminem. Uh, Eminem versus Snoop seems to be something that's kind of floating around in a certain type of way. Crooked Eye said this: the Snoop and Eminem feud will divide the culture.
No.
I disagree as well.
I love Crook.
I think Crooked Eye's put a little too much on it.
I don't think anyone gives a fuck. I think everybody's acting like this is like your two uncles getting in a fight at the barbecue, and it's just like, you know, me personally, I've noticed myself like going out of my way to not pay attention to it because I don't want to see two rappers I was listening to in high school going at it. It's just not appealing to me.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a hell of a battle. I would love to see that. You'd have the super lyrical, you know, putting 100 words in a verse.
Yeah.
And then you got Snoop, who's just kind of like the coolest rapper, the rapper with the most, you know, style, you would say. Like when you hear Snoop, you know it's Snoop in the first millisecond.
Sometimes I wonder if young kids can understand that Snoop Dogg to me in 92 was like Playboi Carti to them right now. Like the coolest motherfucker on earth.
Yeah.
Like skinny as fuck, tall as fuck, long at the big ass blue flannel shirts and shit, just like saying all this Crip shit I didn't understand. I was loving it. Like he was the coolest shit in the world to me in the early 90s.
Man, listen, I'm here for that battle. I hope it happens. Me personally, it ain't gonna divide shit, man. I mean, and I know Crooked. I've known him for a while. I respect him a lot. He's very much of a hip hop connoisseur, and he knows both of these guys. He's got connections to both of them. So I think he doesn't want to see it, but I think people really overestimate. Well, not overestimate. I think people underestimate just how big hip hop is. You can't really blacklist, cancel, or whoever, you know, whatever to someone as long as they keep putting out stuff to their fan base. It doesn't really, you know, it's not like, you know, like for example, when T.I. and Little Flip went at it, you know, T.I. got the better in that battle. And it sort of set this whole stigma where, you know, he's telling people not to fuck with Lil Flip. And then, you know, like the label, you know, ended up, you know, not fucking with him eventually. And people kind of stopped listening to Lil Flip as much. And I felt like Lil Flip was dope. You know, to me, it was sort of disappointing because I remember Lil Flip's last major label album I thought was a very dope album. But like T.I., I think, exerted that pressure on the hip hop community. And since there was no internet back then to this extent. There was no social media. There's no way of actually pushing your product independently like that to this extent, that once you lost that major label push and that marketing push and the radio and everything else like that, it's kind of hard to keep that momentum going, even though Flip was a huge artist at one point.